welcome back to another video, and now we are gonna create digital clock. And by the way, this is the final project we want to create in this video. As you can see in here, we have a day and hour and minutes and second and the day, months and years. Alright, so everything in here can be done with HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript. So yeah, without any further ado, guys, let's create the project. And just create a folder called digital clock or any name you want, and I have index.html and it's blank, so I'm open the index with a live server, which is VS Code extension. So let's make that smaller. Here we go. Alright, so let's generate HTML boilerplate, explanation, enter, and let's change the title to say digital clock. Save and just not reload. Here we go. Okay, let's try that. H1, say hello, we get a hello. Pretty cool. So let's remove the h1. What we need to do in here is create the h1 and say we need to see the final project. We have a different color in here. Basically, I put the chan in span tag. Where's that? Span, and I put the chan in here and the clock and outside the span tag, but just still inside the h1. Alright, so let's create a container and say what I'm doing, clock wrapper. But we want to wrap everything. Just put the clock wrap inside the wrapper like so, and inside the clock wrap we need to create a heads tree right here. So heads tree, it should be Sunday or any day you want. Let's give an ID in here, say day, and say clock, because we are gonna create this clock right here, and create a span with the ID hour, and give a say 12, say yeah 12, it doesn't matter. Say give a span in here again, give ID and say minute, and it should be say 00, and say span again and give ID second and say 20. Alright, so under the clock wrap we need to create, basically under the clock right here we need to create the calendar. So calendar, I'll just give a name calendar and create a span again with ID call say calendar dash day, and so that say 19, and give a span ID, it should be month, and say March, say span ID year and say 2020. Alright, save, and now that's what we have. Okay, so let's create another folder which is CSS, And oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna using Sass, which is CSS extension. So I'm gonna show I'm gonna show you how this work for a second. So let's create another file, which is main.js. Alright, so let's close the JavaScript and let's trying to change the background. Say red. And in here I have a watch Sass, which is VS Code extension you can install if you want. It should be live Sass compiler. You can search and install that. Alright, now it's watching for every changing in as CSS file. Is going to be creating a new file which is style.css. This is basically what we are gonna connect it with our index.html, not the Sass. Alright, so let's go back to index.html and we are gonna connect it that in here. Let's see, dot slash css slash style.css. Now it's red. Cool. So let's connect it with the JavaScript script source dot slash main.js. Alright, so okay, by the way, we are gonna using Obitron font. Is gonna be come from Google font, and this is what we are gonna using. You can go to font.google.com and search for Obitron and click add. Oh wait, let's make that bigger, I think. And import the link right here and put into the Sass really up here, and just copy the CSS right here, just close that out like that, and say body and paste in here, save, and now we have the font. Cool. Of course we don't need background red in here, just remove that. So in here we need to just remove the margin 0, say padding 0, and for the box sizing let's set to border box. Save and bam. Alright, so with Sass you can styling another HTML tag inside another HTML tag, which is right here. We have body. Right inside the body we have h1, and you can styling that by typing h1 inside a body, something like that. It's pretty cool. And in the h1 we need to give a text align center, and let's give a position to relative, and it's supposed to down. We need to say top 190 pixel. Bam. Alright, so inside the h1, remember in here we have span. Okay, so let's inside the h1 give a span in here and change the color to say coral. Here we go. We need to give a space, I think. Okay, cool. Okay, inside the body, but not inside span. It's not inside the h1. Inside the body, right here, we need to grab the container. Just give a background to RGB, say T 80. Here we go. And let's give a maximal width to 400 pixel. Bam, that's center. So let's give a margin, say top and bottom, say 200 pixel, and auto to left and right. Cool. And just say border, I think border 2 pixel solid and 111. What the hell? Yeah, and give a just say border radius, say 10 pixel. Let's give a padding to 50 pixel, and let's give a box shadow to 0.9 pixel, 10 pixel, RGBA 0.5. Something wrong in here. It should be comma, and bam, we get the box shadow. And just let's move on to the wrapper. Let's give a background to 111 and give a padding to say 10 pixel and say border radius 10 pixel. Here we go. And inside the wrapper we have a clock wrap. Okay, so in here we have a clock wrap and say background to CCC. Cool. And give a border radius to 5 pixel. Give a height to 150 pixel. Cool. And I want to make the text right here to the center, so just using flex box. So display flex. Oh, flex, say align item center, justify content center, say flex direction to column. Here we go. So let's styling the day right here. So inside the clock wrap we need to grab the day and change the font size to say 25 pixel, and let's styling the clock and give a font size to 45 pixel. Bam. Inside the clock right here we have the second, so let's styling the second. Let's change the font size to make that small. Here we go. All right, pretty cool. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Background. I think yeah. So now let's close the final project. Now we're working with the JavaScript. Okay, so let's open the console. Let's put under in here. All right, so let's try that this works. So console log hello, Save. Now we get a hello. Cool, it's work. So let's create a function called clock. It's gonna be equals to arrow function, and say console log, say hello, and we are gonna run the function which is clock under in here, save, and we get hello in the browser, in the console, I think. All right, so it's work. So what we'll do in here is create a const, say full date, set that to new date. All right, so if I console.log full date, we're gonna get this information, which is Thursday, March 19, 2020, and the clock, which is right here. So if I want to access the hour, we can using a method called get hours and save, and we get a 18. Right, so let's create another variable which is hour, and we are gonna storing the get hours information, which is the value is 18 right here. So in here, let's say full date dot get hours. All right, and let's create another variable which is minute, and we are gonna storing the full data dot get minutes. And let's create another which is second. We are gonna storing the get second. All right, so in here basically I want to pasting my array, paste in here. All right, basically it is a variable day, and we get the array in here: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and every single day you know. All right, and month as well. So under in here, let's create a variable called say day, and it should be equals to days, which is right here, and we're gonna access the element that what we want. Okay, so in here I want to paste in say full date dot say get day. All right, and full date dot get day is gonna be a number. If I just console.log, I think. All right, so we get a 4. For the meaning is it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be Thursday. All right, so let's get rid of this. Let's create another variable. It should be date, set that equals to full date dot get date. And under in here, let's create a month, set that equals to full date. Not, we are gonna grab this. We're gonna get value inside this array. So we need to say month and say full date dot get month. All right, so let's create another variable which is year, set that equals to full date dot get year. Yeah, get full year. Thank you, Emmett. And let's grab the document dot get element by ID. Remember we have ID called day, and I want to say dot inner HTML, set that equals to day, which is day right here. Okay, remember in here we have Sunday, right? If I save now, we get a Thursday, which is day right now. Okay, so let's copy and paste that couple time, and should be hour, and we're gonna set that to hour, which okay, and it should be minute, set that to minute, second should be second, and just let's say calendar day, and it should be date, and just copy and paste again. I think it should be month, and change that to month, and last is should be years. Year, we are gonna paste in the year in here. All right, when I save, it's gonna be look like that. Okay, pretty cool. So now we need to add something in our in here. We need to say plus and give a like that, and in min right here we are gonna add a dot. Okay, so select that space in here, save, and bam. Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, but the problem is when we get just 8 hour, we need to add 0 in the front, which is 0 8, right? If we get 1 in a minute, we need to 0 1, not just 1. Okay, so how do we fix this problem? We need to say up here, let's give a if hour less than to 10, which is 9 8 7, etc, etc. We need to say hour, set that equals to 0, and we are gonna say plus hour. Makes sense, all right? Under in here, we need to just copy the if statement right here and paste in here. Now it should be minute, and say minute 0 plus minute. Okay, and paste again in here. It should be the second. Let's say second. All right, save and close the console, and you see it's working. But the problem is the second just changing when we reload the browser. We need to automatically changing for every second. So how do we do that? Just so very simple. Basically, we need to set interval in here. Set interval and clock, and for every 1000 millisecond, which is every second, we are gonna run this function. Okay, so get rid of this, save, and now every second it should be running. All right, so I think we're done with this project, and I hope you learned something new, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. And yeah, bye.